Hello everyone, my name is Cortex and today I've got a very interesting interview for you guys. I'm interviewing none other than JST and their Osiris League leader. So we're going to talk about how they got here, how they became as strong as they did, and that they're still a force to be reckoned with to this day. So anyway, hello Hades, hello Strike. Please feel free to introduce yourself if you want to.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hades. I'm one of the OL team leaders for JSC for the international side.
Alright, so
Hello,
okay.
hello. I'm Strike. I've been a league team leader in JST since season 5.
Amazing, thank you. So we're here with Strike and with Hades. They're both leaders of the Osiris League, the JST Osiris League team. And so, yeah, I want to start with the first question. So, JST, at least to the international community, was known as a predominantly Korean alliance. And as far as I've understood, has since grown into a more international team. So, how has this transition influenced your team dynamics and strategies?
Yeah, I think it was more of a natural change, and probably it's better if I provide some context how it's happened or why it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, after I believe season 6, right? No, season 7 actually. When we unfortunately lost the finals against 93T. There were a lot of Korean players who felt disappointed, heartbroken after that loss. I'm not sure if you recall, but basically the team lost the game on the last arc. JST won the mid fight. Unfortunately, didn't capture the arc. 93 could steal the arc and basically won the league and won that season. So kind of that resulted in a change that many Korean players just didn't feel like they have the time to commit to it, to a new season. And also we've seen that more international players are more interested and committed to make it to the top. So that's why we decided last season that we will give it a go and basically become the JST what we are today, with half and half.
I see. That makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of teams have had a similar sort of natural transition, right? I mean, it happens. And a loss like that can definitely hurt a lot. I mean, just yesterday, my kingdom,
Yeah.
60 GT
Yeah.
lost to a team they should have beaten, right? Which obviously is super disappointing. So yeah, I definitely get that. Anyway, moving on to the second question. What core values and philosophies have remained consistent throughout JST's evolution? So from, let's say, back to the days where it was a purely Korean team, what have you kept throughout everything?
I think we represent the same values as we represented in the past. Mainly, if I have to highlight a few, it should be that winning mentality, which we have, the discipline, which we learned from the Koreans over the past year, and just working together as a team, right? We know that we are not probably the best team right now. We just try to focus on ourselves, develop, learn together. We know that players make mistakes, but we are there for each other. Basically, we are trying to. Basically, we are winning together and losing together. There is no
That's
blaming.
great. Yeah, as long as everyone's on the same page and everyone's working together, I think that's what's most important and what's going to make you a better team over time.
Yep.
So JST has been recognized as one of the strongest alliances in the Osiris League for many, many years now, I would say, and has always been a force to be reckoned with. So can you share some highlights from your past performances in previous seasons, and what are sort of your favorite seasons or games, or kind of run us through a bit of the JST Osiris League history, if you can?
Yeah. So I believe JST started to participate in OL in season 4, when they actually won the whole season. So that was great. Season 5, unfortunately, we lost to 1v in the finals. Season 6, we managed to top 4 in semifinal, where we lost again to 1v. Season 7, as I mentioned, lost against 93T in the finals, unfortunately. And season 8, when we changed the team to a more of a balanced Korean and international side, we lost against VIB by 100 points in top 8. So we unfortunately couldn't continue our so-called streak, making it to the top 4 for 4 or 5 seasons in straight. And yeah, this season we hope and we are confident that we will make it to at least top 4.
That's great.
As for the most memorable memories, I guess it has to be this season. It wasn't even top 32, but we had to play against 93X, where we barely won by 69 points, actually.
Oh, wow.
We lost all the arcs, but we managed to come back on structure game. So yeah, probably that so far, and hopefully this season we can potentially win or achieve a better result. I'm not sure about Spike. I'm pretty sure his best memory is when they won the league.
Yes, Strike, if you want, you can talk a bit about how it felt to win Osiris League.
Oh, I have no win in Osiris League, so because I play season 5.
Oh,
4.
I understand. I see. So you weren't there.
I participate after we are winning the Osiris League.
I see. Well, hopefully you can win this year and get that victory. Anyway,
Yep.
So how does JST prepare for high stakes matches in the Osiris League? And what would you say sets your preparation maybe apart from some other teams?
I think it's nothing special, to be honest. We are not doing anything out of order. We watch a lot of games. Personally, I try to watch every single game during a week, which have happened during the weekend, no matter which team or what realm. Besides that, we do have weekly practices, sometimes multiple. But yeah, it's nothing special.
All right, so very, very humble. A lot of respect for that, but I think you do a lot more than, let's say, a normal team, right? Like even getting to practice, watching other games. There's a lot of teams that don't do these things. So very humble, but anyway.
Yeah, I have to downplay a little bit, but
Of course. So with a mix of Korean and international players in your team now, how does JST manage communication and coordination during intense battles?
I think we've been playing together for so long in 365. Like I have a feeling we can read our minds, to be honest, at this point. So we just know each other, who does what, where to move, when, the timings, the in-game coordination. So we do have 2 separate voices, one for the international side, one for the Korean side. One is led by Strike, the other one is mainly by me. And whenever we need to coordinate something together, we usually do that with markers. But before every game, we have a set strat which we follow, and we already know what to do. So the communication and the coordination is pretty easy, I would say.
So it's kind of like 2 separate teams playing at the same time inside the game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite impressive. So even for mid fights, you guys don't have any like voice communication? Is it just everyone knows where to be and follow the markers, and It just works?
Yes,
Oh, wow. It's quite impressive.
we practice a lot when to engage at the right time. So yeah, we practiced a lot of mid fights because that's probably one of our weaknesses, if I can be honest. But yeah, we are getting better and better at that.
All right. Well, that's quite impressive, I would say. So anyway, moving on. How does JST adapt to changes in game mechanics or meta shifts within Rise of Kingdoms? So let's say new skills being added or something changing, new commanders. What do you guys take as your steps to sort of improve on your Osiris League team?
It's pretty similar to other kingdoms, right?
Would
We have
imagine.
great content creators as well, like yourself, like others who can provide
Appreciate that.
some input, some feedback, some insights. We have great players who can break down certain skills, and we have very committed OL players who are just watching different games, different moves. We have a very open communication. They can bring out their ideas, what might work, what not work. Then we just go into a custom game, we practice it, and pretty much that's it.
That's great. So you guys use content creators, testing, practicing, basically what I would say most other good teams do.
Yeah.
And figure out sort of what's best with the new meta and work it out. That's great.
Yeah.
So what are JST's goals for the current and upcoming seasons of the Osiris League?
Well, as I mentioned before, that I think we know that we are not the best team in the Realm. We know we are the underdogs. We can clearly see that from the community side as well. We know that 93T is our biggest opponent, besides a few teams. But we are here to win. So
Yeah, we always try to win, but
yep.
Well, that's great. As long as you do your best, and I mean, that's all you can really do, right? So
Yep.
best of luck to you guys this season, but it's gonna be hard. 93T sitting on the other side of the bracket. I would expect you guys to meet in the finals. Hopefully you can both get there. That would be a very interesting finals to watch. Anyways, as some of the leaders of Kingdom 1365, so moving on to more the Kingdom side of things, how do you align Kingdom-wide objectives, so KVK, testing, and MGs, etc., with JST's Osiris League training and practice?
I think we try to balance things. I wouldn't say 365 is a quote unquote kingdom. We never were. We are more focused on KVK. We do have a long break now, which aligns with Boel pretty well. So we are very fortunate for that. In terms of MGs, it's pretty much the same people, right? So whoever performs usually well in KVK and contributes, they are the players who are actually playing well. So yeah, with the new stuff, new commanders coming out, we obviously try to prioritize the OR team members first and foremost, but those players are usually the ones who are performing very, very high during KVK as well. So it kind of meets and connects.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, we already spoke about this a little bit, so this question might be a bit pointless, but who would you say are the favorites to win the Realm of Anubis this season, and why do you think that is?
Well, there are a lot of good teams, right? I think whoever made it to this far, there are no bad teams or they made it just based on luck or whatever.
Right.
But if I have to pick a few teams, definitely 93T. They have the pressure. They are back-to-back champs. So all eyes on them. 1188, definitely a force to reckon, I would say. However, they changed a lot, which people might not realize compared to last season. And I would say us. So these three teams are definitely, out of these three, I would say any of those teams can eventually win the season.
Yeah, it's gonna be a spicy semi-final and then final. I think DQ39 has been pretty impressive as well, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
indeed.
Against
DQ,
606, yeah.
Yeah.
yes, against 606, against 93T.
They did all right
in
against
the
93.
group.
Yeah.
Yep, that was very, very impressive. So yeah, they are definitely an underdog, I would say, just like us.
Yeah, so there's a few teams to keep your eye on here in the Realm of Anubis this season. 93T, DQ39, 1188, and JST, a few to mention, but you never know. Any team can make it through. Like Hades said, no
Yep.
team that made it this far is a bad team, so in theory, anyone could win, as you saw yesterday in the 60 GT game. But
yeah, it was crazy. Yesterday games, we seen so many upsets. Let's say
Yeah.
with
Yep.
GT, with VIB, with 606, I would
Yep.
say even. There are a lot of obelisk plays which are going on, which is crazy to me. Yeah, so teams have to be prepared because anything can happen.
Right. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me on this interview. I would like to ask if there's any final words you have to your own team and to the enemies that you'll be playing against in the season.
To our own team, I know sometimes I can be harsh even when they do their best, and I always try to find mistakes which they can improve. But deep down, I'm very grateful for their commitment. So shout out to all the team leaders, all the team members, Teddy, Laru, Strike, Save, Main Bong, and everyone else. And to our opponents, we are coming.
Strike, any last words?
Just one word. We are doing great.
That's great. Any shout outs you want to make? Or 1365 recruiting? Any players you want to shout out? Or
Yeah, 1365 is still have 4 open spots for migration. So if you feel like someone who can compete on the highest level, you can go to discord.gg/1365, open a ticket, apply. You can provide some basic information, and we will get back to you.
all right, perfect. I'll have that linked in the description down below as well. So if you want to check out 1365 and JST, feel free to apply over there if you feel you're worthy. Anyway, again, Strike, Hades, thank you guys so much for joining me today. And yeah, it's been an amazing interview. And look forward to what you guys will do in this OL season. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, consider throwing a like on here, subscribing to the channel, helps out a ton. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.